My name is Dr. Christopher Malcolm. I'm a professor in the Department of Geography and Environment. I've also been heavily involved with the environmental science program here at BU. I've been the coordinator in the past, and I sit on the advisory board now as well. So every student who is in the environmental science program, like Hanan, has to do either a advanced research topics, which is like a small thesis, or a work experience, and Hanan is doing the advanced research topics. The genesis of this project actually came about in a course that Hanan took with me last year, a Sustainable Research Management fourth year seminar, in which all the students have to do their own research project and come up with a research project. And he and his partner did a small project during the term looking at people's understanding of recycling on campus. And so for this project, he was interested in that, and I suggested, well, why don't we just ramp this up a bit? And so what he's doing is he's got a larger survey that was sent out to the entire university and has had a couple hundred responses from all three groups already. That's just great. As you'll see in the video, he's also jumping into dumpsters and hauling out garbage and recycling bags and looking at what's in the recycling stream and the garbage stream at Brandon University and seeing if there's any cross-contamination in either one. So what he's looking for is objects that don't belong in the recycling stream or objects that are contaminated with a lot of food that would result in that recycling maybe not being able to go into the recycling stream in the city of Brandon, would likely end up in the landfill. And he's also looking through garbage, looking to see if there's items in the garbage that should have gone into the recycling stream. And so then we can look at the behavior of people with respect to recycling compared to what they say they do or know or understand in the questionnaire. I've had lots of interesting ones. I have one this year, and she is looking at the presence of bears in high human use areas in Riding Mountain National Park. I had another one a couple of years ago, also at Riding Mountain National Park, looking at doing surveys with campers, looking at how they understood and behaved with respect to the bear campsite regulations within the park and how people were dealing with attractants, not just food, but other things like soap and toothpaste. We've done research on ducks, research on zebra mussels currently up at the park. We did another one just last year looking at what's in wolf scat up at Riding Mountain National Park to understand the diet of wolves. It's actually been a very fruitful and helpful relationship both for them and for getting students involved in work, and some of them actually are working at the park now. People in biology department have been very helpful as well, because most of the students in the environmental science degree are doing concentrations either in geography or biology. So we've had faculty members in both departments do a lot of the supervising of this. And they go and talk to a faculty member whose interests align with theirs and ask, either they come with a project idea or they ask if there's a project idea they could help with. It's a kind of a collaborative project working relationship. I've got two right now. I'm working with a Shiloh base, which is actually recognized as a protected area for wildlife, but the soldiers are out there biovacking and in sleeping bags and doing other things out there and may come into contact with wildlife now and again. So I've been talking with the base biologist there, and we are going to run it up the chain of command, literally, asking if we can do a human dimensions project on the soldiers' relationship with wildlife on the base. Another one that I'm looking at hopefully running is feral pigs in Manitoba that are causing damage and can possibly bring diseases to domestic pigs. And there's a program called Squeal on Pigs in which they're trying to rid the province of these feral pigs. But they don't have the social science side. What do people know about feral pigs? Are they even aware they're in the province? And so that's another project that hopefully will be coming along. They aren't necessarily published in the peer-reviewed literature as an undergraduate project. Some are. For example, the bear project with the campers is in peer review right now. It's actually very rare for undergraduates to actually publish something in the peer-reviewed research I think Hanan's will be useful. I'd like to help him publish it in the Prairie Division of the Canadian Association of Geographers, a publication called Prairie Perspectives. And it is very amenable to undergraduate research projects being published. So if anyone is interested in any of the projects, they should come talk to me, or right now Dr. Alexander Coiter is in the Department of Geography and Environment, is the coordinator of the environmental science program. And between the two of us, we know who the students have been and what projects they've done. But usually the way I like to do it is have an outside agency that the student is working with, and they get the report and they can do with it what they want. So we always give our reports to Riding Mountain National Park, for example. They always get the students' reports. Or we will be giving one to Shiloh or to the Squeal on Pigs or what have you if we get those ones going. So the reports go maybe to what's called gray literature. So it's not necessarily published in a peer-reviewed journal, but it's out there and available for the agency that wanted the research done in the first place.